It's Tanya Smith here, and this is Stream Like a Boss. And I am super excited and thrilled that I get a chance to spend some time with you. Look, I have missed you. I've missed you. I haven't gotten a chance to see you. I see you there, tech troublemaker Roy Richardson in the house, as well as Richard. I see you there too. I'm so excited that you're coming on to the show to talk about Wi-Fi and security and some other things. Look, tonight we have someone special. So before I talk about my special guest, my very super special guest, let me tell those of you who are brand new to the show a little bit about what we do. So first and foremost, again, I'm Tanya Smith of Stream Like a Boss TV and Get Noticed with Video at getnoticedwithvideo.com. The reason why I do this stream each and every week with a few misses, because we have missed you the last couple of weeks, but the reason why I do this stream is to help you to really leverage live stream marketing so that you can grow your brand. Specifically, I want you to stand out to sell more of your services, right? Stand out and sell more of your services and serve more people. That's a big one. So I am excited to be here with you. If you are new to the show and you've never been here before, I want you to type in hashtag newbie. And if you've been around the block, you already know what to do. You type in hashtag OG because I want to acknowledge both audiences, both of you. I'm big fans of whoever you are and wherever you are. We are broadcasting in LinkedIn. We're broadcasting on YouTube, Facebook, and we also actually tonight are broadcasting on X. So I'm very excited that we get to be here with you. Now, Liz is in the house. I see that comment. Liz is in the house. So we're going to be talking about email writing made easy in just a few seconds. Liz Wilcox is an amazing, I'm going to call her a genius, email genius. She's the only person that has ever been able, in my 20-something years of being in business for myself, ever been able to get me interested in email marketing and writing. And that's for real. That's real talk. So I definitely want to acknowledge that with her. I see that. Are you writing emails to your audience consistently? That's my question for you. So if you are, or if you're not, I want you to put that in the chat. And in just a few short seconds on the other side of the short video, I'm going to bring up my girl, Liz. And we got a lot to talk about because today is February 1st. And some of you know what that means, but we'll dive a little bit into that. And we're going to also talk about a few other things as well. So here we go. I'll see you on the other side. All right, it's Miss Liz Wilcox in the house. Look, I'm going to do something very special for you that I don't do for everybody.
Okay.
Okay, check this out. Hype. Let me tell you why I'm giving you some hype. And also this is because I happen to know from a post that you shared that you are 3 years into your email marketing membership. And that
Oh my gosh, hang on. I'm going off script. Check it out. Let's celebrate tonight. Yeah, so I have a membership and it turns 3 years old this month in a couple weeks. And I'm just really excited. I'm very proud of myself for doing something for 3 years. Every single week, like Tanya was saying with her show, you know, she comes at you every single week. I've been coming at these folks every single week for 3 years. I'm really proud of myself and I love my members so much. And so, yeah, I might wear this the whole night. Let's go for it, baby.
Look, if you haven't already figured out, and I'm definitely going to do some acknowledgement because I see lots and lots of comments, and I love that you're here, everybody. So we definitely want to share your comments on screen and let you know how much we care that you're here and that you're chatting with us. Liz, you are an amazing lady. I don't even know, we haven't known each other that long. It may have been a couple of years, maybe at least a year. But I will tell you, when I got to see you in person at Creator Camp with Ecamm, I was like, she's one of the people I have to go and give a real hug to.
Aw, I think you're awesome too. And y'all, I think Tanya and I have known each other for over 2 years. Tanya was actually the very first person I asked to come speak in my membership because I thought she was so pristine, so perfect. I love video. As you can see, I got things to learn about video. So I wanted Tanya to come in and she's on my sales page and everything because it's an honor to be connected with you.
Thank you. Thank you very
You're welcome.
much. I
Says the
know
lady in the dunce hat.
the dunce hat, it's not a dunce hat, it's a celebration hat. We're going to pop up some comments because I want to make sure to acknowledge some folks here. So, first of all, I see commentary from Richard in the house saying hello. And then I saw my tech troublemaker family, Roy Richardson. Look,
Love
all of
Roy.
these people, I know they are amazing folks. Gabe, sup, fam, and LinkedIn. Okay, so we got some LinkedIn folks, some YouTube folks. Tech, Roy said, Liz is in the house. Tell us how to make people join. Make people join our mailing
Well, that
list.
might be the first problem, Mr. Troublemaker. How do I make people join?
I want to make them join. Jim, what's up, sir? Newbie, I'm so excited that you're here for the show. I see Tiffany is an OG. I saw Gabe as an OG. We got Unwrapped Love. We got a lot of OGs in the house. That's what we do. So, a lot of folks that are actually coming back, recurring audience members. That's what I love. Your family, y'all. I, I didn't even see it, Dan. I am not ignoring you. I didn't even see it. I missed the long curse. That is hilarious. Look, Liz, tell us a little bit about you. Like, how did you get started in this whole email thing? Like, what is this? What excited you about email and why?
Listen, I love money. I don't know about you, but that was the draw. When I first started my online business, I started as an RV travel blogger. So a lot of email marketers like me actually start off as copywriters working underneath someone, and that's kind of where they cut their chops, so to speak. But I started off just like you, owning and running my own business, trying to get a blog off the ground. And, I made a joke, but I was listening to shows like Tanya's and, downloading webinars and all that. And everybody and their mother said, yeah, you can do the SEO, you can do this, you can do that, but it's all to build an email list. It's all to get people on this email list. And that's where you can really sell them. Even running ads, you run ads and you get them on an email list, they can become repeat customers. So mama didn't raise no fool. I'm nothing if not an efficient chick. And so I started growing my email list the second I launched my blog. I just put it on Facebook. Hey friends, I'm doing this thing. It was in the RV travel niche. If you're interested in joining me on my adventures, join this email list. And I just started growing and growing. I got really good at it over the years. And how I got into teaching email was when I launched my very first digital course after a few years. And I had 141 people on the wait list. And by the cart close, typical Monday through Friday type of thing, I made 141 sales. So if you're not good at math, that's 100% conversion rate.
That's
I
crazy.
I don't
That's crazy.
it is it is, right? But I didn't know that at the time. It was this sort of ignorance is bliss thing where I didn't know what average conversion rates were. I thought I've got 141 people. I need to sell these seats, right? Like, don't come back in the kitchen with that soup bowl not empty, type of thing. And so I just kept selling, and word got out. Liz, how did you do that? How did you do that? And that's when I realized I needed to stop talking about RVing and start talking about emailing because I had something that could really change people's lives.
So you really didn't go the conventional route. And here's why I know you didn't, because like I mentioned, you're the only person who's ever gotten me interested an email at all. You were probably one of the first people that I know that said, you can have conversations in your emails. Like you don't have to constantly be selling. You don't constantly have to have this secret structured formula that's so formal. You can just have conversations. And then you gave us, people who are in your membership, people who you just spoke to in your different communities, you gave us some formulas, right? But some ideas is probably more where I'll go with that. Creative ways that we could really just be ourselves, but do it in email. And that's what I love so much about you. So know that.
I love that. Yeah, for me, a lot of the B2B email marketers, when I was starting as a blogger, it didn't make no sense to follow what they were saying. Storytelling, 20,000 emails or die, a welcome sequence into a nurture sequence, into a funnel, into this high ticket thing. Y'all, I was talking to men in their 60s who were mostly retired and, were just trying to spend time with their wife. It didn't have to be all that complicated. What if, like Tanya said, what if I just started a conversation? What if I was just Liz Wilcox talking to somebody I met at the campground? What would that look like? And that's when, I noticed when I also went to sell and people actually bought, you know, oh, snap, you don't have to have A, B, C, D, E, F. What Tanya's talking about, oh, I'm not interested in email at all. Like, ew, gross, complicated, not for me. Most people are like that, but when I realized I could click a button, write an email, and make money, I turned around like, these rich folks have been lying this whole time. This actually isn't that difficult. I've got to sell this blog and go all in on email because, like I said, like it changed my life. I want it to change other people's. So I love that Tanya mentioned, it can be a conversation. It doesn't have to be this gigantic funnel or this giant building with scaffolding. You just lay one brick at a time and one day you're going to have that wall.
I love that, Liz. I love it. We got to talk about the elephant in the room. And you know what the elephant in the room is?
This
Today is
hair that's
February 1st.
on the
It's
side.
not the hair. Look, I love the hair. I love the look. And we got to talk about that look too. We're going to be talking about that. But before we go there, I want to address what are some of the questions that you're getting about today, which is February 1st, with all the Google and Yahoo email deliverability changes. What are some of the common questions that you're getting? And can you help us out here?
Yeah, I think the most common question is, can you help us out here? What the heck is going on? And so I want to just let just take a deep breath. It's not a big deal. It is technical what we're having to do, but you're watching Tanya's show. You want to stream like a boss. Streaming like a boss is a little technical, but once you get it done, doesn't it look super cool? And it's totally worth it, right? Email marketing is too important to ignore these updates. So what's going down, the T on this is that, Google, Yahoo, Microsoft has been doing this for years already. They're basically saying, you know what? There's way too many cars on the road and there's way too many accidents and way too much traffic happening out on the road. We need you to have a driver's license now, right? It's like when, cars first came out, if you could buy one, you could drive one, right? And then, after a while, the government stepped in and they said, you know what, this is chaotic. We've got to make sure, you can actually drive. And so that's kind of what's happening with this email authentication stuff. So if you don't know, Yahoo and Google announced maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, hey guys, you're going to have to do something called authenticate your emails. And I know everybody watching is at least, this good at tech and you're going to be able to do this. So there's three things and it doesn't really matter what the names are, but it's SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. And basically, you have to go behind the scenes of your domain, right? My domain is lizwilcox.com, right? Your domain is whatever.com. You got to go behind the scenes and basically check, check, check. Yep, that's me. Yep, do this. Here's a seal of approval. And that's pretty much it. It's like, when you start to drive, you got to take a test, pass that test, and get your license. That's basically what's going on. Yes, it's a little technical, but yes, you need email marketing. If Instagram made everybody and their mother have facial recognition tomorrow, I know dang well you put your face on there so you can get back to those Instagram reels, right?
Yep.
It's the same thing happening over here. They're just saying, you know what? There's a lot of spam. Let's stop that. So this is actually a win-win. It's going to make sure that, your inbox is less cluttered, right? Raise your hand if you've got more than 5,000 unread emails. 10,000, 20,000, right? That's what Google and the gang are trying to end. They're trying to put a stop to that. Right now, it's actually pretty simple for anyone to go in and spoof your address and pretend to be you. So what we're doing is we're just putting that stamp saying, yep, Liz Wilcox is Liz Wilcox. I'm Tanya Smith, etc. And so nobody can take your stuff anymore. And if they do, they're going to get blocked. So this is a win-win situation for the user and the sender. I'm really excited about it. Who wants less spam?
Yeah.
Yep, me.
Me too. Me too. I see a question in there. Look, folks, if you have questions, this is a good time for you to ask them. So I do have a question I'm going to pop up so that we can talk about it and also acknowledge some other folks that are coming in as well. I will tell you, if you don't think this is real, this morning I woke up to an email from from Google saying, "Sorry, this did not go through." And it wasn't my main email because I had taken care of everything right with my main business email, but it was an older email I hadn't even thought about that I got something from my daughter's school and I sent it back to or forwarded it somewhere. And I ended up getting this email like 5 minutes later that said, "This is not deliverable because this didn't pass, this didn't pass, this didn't pass." So just know that's what's going to happen if you don't do the things that Liz is talking about. And it really is, it's not as difficult maybe as some are making it seem, but at the same time, it's a bit techy. It requires you to pay attention and maybe do some reading and maybe talk to experts like Liz. Do you have any resources you would point people to that would be helpful for them? I know you sent some email resources out, but is there anything off the
Yeah.
top of your head that you would share?
Yeah, I would share a lady named Cheryl Rarick, RERICK.com. Cheryl is going to explain this so much better if you're one of those people like, I got to know more. Okay, Liz, a license, but like what is really happening? She's got an on demand webinar explaining it, and she's got some workshops that you can purchase to do it yourself. But honestly, and maybe we put the link. I've got a Facebook group called the Email Sound Booth, and
I'll pop it
there's a
up.
lot of there's a lot of service providers in there offering this service for under $200. And here's the thing I want you to know: as more people experience things like Tanya just said, oh, I tried to send this email and Google told me, psych. Like as more things like that start to happen, these service providers are going to get more bogged down with people. Oh my gosh, I have to fix this. Email is my path to money. It's so how I feed my kids, etc. I should have taken this more seriously. My ads are too expensive. I guess I need to go back to email. Somebody bought Facebook. I need to go back, right? Raise your hand if you remember the platform formerly known as Twitter, right? Some of you might be watching right now. We never know what's going to happen with those platforms. So email is really important. But what's going to happen, this is my prediction, of course, is these service providers are going to be more and more in demand for this service. So that price is going to go up. That wait list is going to get long. So I highly recommend just getting this taken care of right now, whether you do it yourself. Like Tanya said, you'll actually have to pay attention to finish it. It's not like a click, 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 but you can do it yourself, or you can do like me. I just hired someone to do it. It was like 120 USD. It really wasn't that expensive.
I'm going to pop up your Let's see. And this is not lizwilcox.com, although that's her main site, but this is the email sound booth. So if you're not a member on Facebook, this is the group that Liz was talking about. And it's an excellent group. Look at that, 4.5 thousand members. That's crazy, Liz.
It's pretty wild, but if you scroll
That's
down,
crazy.
you'll see, I got a DMARC question. Here's somebody, Patty Woods. That's somebody that's, offering her services. You look at the recent media on the right, DMARC policy. This is really popping right now, and not just me, but I have, many people in that membership that are way smarter with the email tech part, that
Hmm.
are in there helping. As you can see, that's got, 90 something comments. Like, we really are in there right now actively helping you through this problem.
So check that out. Make sure you get connected if you have some questions. I'm going to pop over and make sure that I acknowledge some comments and some questions as well. So we'll do that real quick here. First of all, it's Anna. What's up, girl?
Hey, friend.
I
Love that
love it.
photo on LinkedIn. That's awesome.
You know, she has the best photos, of course, because
She does.
she is the photographer. She's the photog.
Right.
DKIM, for those of you who didn't hear what she said, DKIM.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll say that again as you scroll through. SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. You really don't need to know what they stand for, but basically it's just getting you certified, stamped, and delivered, baby.
That's what we need. We need our stuff to get to the people we're trying to send it to. What's up,
Amen.
Carlos Phoenix? Good to see you. I know we're on opposite sides, so it's evening for us, but good morning to you.
Good
Love it.
morning.
Gabe moved over from LinkedIn to join on YouTube. I always tell people the party is on YouTube. That's where it is. And
Always.
Richard said, "You are spot on, Liz." Of course she is. She is the
Thanks,
queen,
friend.
actually, fresh princess of email marketing. I love that so much. Look, so I'm going to morph a little bit over. And if you do have questions, for those of you who are in the audience, if you've got more questions, let us know. But definitely check out the email sound booth and get connected on Facebook in the group. And I'll also pop up Cheryl Rarick's information because I think I actually watched her webinar and her webinar was excellent.
It's really good.
So I think that is another resource that we can definitely share before we're done. But because I said Fresh Princess, it reminded me that you are one of my heroes. You're a hero for me when it comes to dress and fashion. So where did you get your sense of fashion? I have to ask this question. I got to ask it because you know.
Listen, you know what, Tanya? I have no idea. So if y'all are new to Liz Wilcox, let me just show you my outfit. Can I move my camera without breaking it? We
Here,
shall see.
I'm putting it on
So
you. There we
hang
go.
on, I have these NSYNC pants on with these on. I mean, this is just me in my house. This was today. I did like a wardrobe change before. I was wearing a Lisa Simpson hat and kind of this very like 90s grunge,
Oh yeah.
New York City, Brooklyn
Mm-hmm.
hat. I bought this at a thrift store almost 20 years ago. Um, it's so well done. But where did I get the question was, where do I get my sense of style? Well, I kind of call myself the Fresh Princess because I love Will Smith, and he must have influenced me somehow as far as fashion goes. Um, because I tend to dress those wild sort of, 90s prints, right? I also love hip hop, so I love like big baggy
Oh yeah.
sweatpants and nice sneakers, and I got my cap here. So I don't know. I think it's just a very eclectic fashion sense. But I think I just have always wanted, when I was a kid, I always wanted to dress the way I wanted to dress, but I
Yeah.
grew up very poor. And so I always looked slightly off. Like, I wanted to wear loud prints and have fun with it, right? But it was like always something wasn't working. Kind of like the lighting, it's good enough, but something's kind of off tonight. Uh, so when I finally started, I grew up, I had my own money. I started really like leaning into, yeah, no, I like those sweatpants. No, I love those Grant Hills. And, I don't care if I'm a 5 foot tall, 110-pound white lady, I'm going to wear those pants.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I think it just suits me. I wear it with confidence, and I think that's the reason why it works.
It does work. It works for you. It works for me. I love it. I was getting ready to pull up a picture. If I can find it real quick, I'll pull the picture up. But we were both at Podfest 2023 this year, 2024. Goodness. 2024 Podfest. And it was really just, it was a really great event. I enjoyed myself so much. But Liz and I actually got a chance to see each other there. So I'm going to try to see if I can actually pull this picture up. But it was so much fun because it was a 90s party.
Oh my gosh. Do you have that 90s outfit?
I think I do. I think I do. I'm trying to see if I can
Oh,
find, let's see,
y'all, if
screen
she
share.
can't get it, you gotta look it up.
It
While
is
she's
so
getting that,
fun.
you take your time. I just realized, like, maybe my sense of style is like a little bit of, we got pop. Oh, well, don't worry about that. That's just a collectible, is all. That's only worth $1,000. No big deal. So maybe it's like a mix of like Poppy and like Slim Shady. I don't,
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is this giving Liz Wilcox? I think
I
so.
think that's it.
I think,
That is the
yeah, I
formula
think
right
that's
there.
it. Right. A little Poppy from Trolls, a little Slim Shady. I
That
don't
is
know. And a lot of
absolutely
love.
it. A lot of love too. Okay, I found it. All right, there we are.
Oh, ta-da, baby. Yeah. So you can't see my pants in this picture, but I got them at a thrift store, y'all. And now we're just talking like it's you and me. I got them at the thrift store, and one pant leg was dyed like this rainbow, and the other pant leg was dyed, I don't like scribble scrabble.
I
And
wish I
it was
had gotten the
fun.
pants too. I wish I had gotten the pants on film because they were awesome. Like she
Well,
was
we'll put it.
totally in her 90s mode. Totally.
Well, I know Tanya is going to send this video out in an email, so I'll send her the pants and she can put that picture in there. Wow, we look
Absolutely.
good. Did you use a filter?
No, girl, I didn't have to do any filters.
Wow.
I have a 4K camera with me at the time, which is
Wow,
awesome.
we are so stunning. Give Tanya a hashtag stunning in the comments. Uh,
I love
because
it.
wow, I need a 4K everything. I
Girl,
need people to just wear 4K glasses so they can see my beauty.
you are awesome. So it's a DJI, y'all. I took the DJI Pocket 3 with me to camp, well, to the conference. And so I actually got some use out of that thing. I have some video clips and things that I'll share with all of you too. I just haven't. Oh, look. So Jim gave us the stunning. He's the only one though. Wait.
Okay, well, y'all
We
messing up.
got two. We got two. We got Jim, and then we got Shannon. She says stunning.
Hashtag stunning. Where tech troublemaker is suddenly quiet, is mysterious. Oh, where's all my YouTube fam? We
I
need hashtag
know.
stunning.
I
Uh,
know. Put those
hashtag email.
hashtags
I
in
don't know.
there.
I just love comments. Just comment, y'all. Just
I
comment.
know. Look, they're used to me being on about an hour later. So there's probably some folks who are going to come in about half an hour and they're going to be like, wait, you're already done? Yes.
Well, I'll be peeping those replay comments for hashtag stunning. All right.
All right. So back to an email question I'm going to ask.
Yes.
So actually, did I pop up the question? I didn't pop it up. So I want to pop this up from, okay, we had a person who had a question for you from Fixed
Great.
Point. How can AI be used in email marketing?
I love this question. It can be used in AI, or AI can be used in your email, but why? Why not just write to your people? Tanya and I, before we hit the go live button, we're just talking about how, AI is just doing the most right now. And it's actually, if you do too much AI, it can hurt your brand, right? It's like, where is Tanya? Where is Liz? I forget that person's name. Who was it?
Fixed point. Let me pop them back up.
Okay, where is Mr. Fixed Point, right? And so AI, it's totally fine, but I really recommend writing your newsletters live, meaning every single week you sit down, you write something. Maybe you batch 4 at a time, that's fine, but writing them live or semi live so your audience feels that connection. A trend that I'm seeing and that I predict will go throughout 2024 is that the people that email without AI, without assistance, are going to really be the cream of the crop in the inbox. Here's what you want to know about email. It's the same as the regular mailbox. You want to be familiar. Oh, I know who Tanya is. I know who Mr. Point is, but we don't want to be predictable. AI content is incredibly predictable, right? It's not smart enough right now. I mean, who knows? 5 years from now, 5 months from now, who knows? They could be our overlords, right? But right now, AI content is very predictable. It follows a pattern. Even if you learn to talk to Chat GPT, it's still going to follow one of several patterns, right? But what AI doesn't have is your unique voice. It's never going to nail that. It doesn't have what's going on in here. It doesn't know what happened yesterday that you can use to connect with your audience. And so I say it with love, but please put Chat GPT down when it comes to the inbox. The inbox is a much more intimate space than any other media out there. When we're on social, what are we doing? This, right? And
Yeah.
the algorithm is sort of feeding us what it thinks we want to see, right? It's a very passive way of exploring the internet. Email is a very active way. We do this, but we go up and down. Oh, there's my bill. I can just
Yeah.
delete that. That's on auto pay. Oh, there's Tanya. She's going live. I'll click that in 15 minutes after I make my coffee. There's Liz. I wonder what she has to say today. Let me open that right away. Right. So it's a much more active way of exploring the internet. So you've got to be active in the inbox. You can use AI to kind of come up with ideas, but I think my membership is better. Shout out to that. But in general, you're really going to win over your email subscribers when you can actually write from your voice.
I
Really
love
recommend
it.
it in 2024.
And I'm going to go ahead and put this on there. Let's see. We're going to do some gold confetti. So if you missed that, go back and watch the replay of what she just said. It is so important for you to have the human side of you and your brand in your content. I was talking with some folks, and this is what I mentioned. We were talking about this before the show started, y'all. And I was telling Liz that I'm starting my podcast, App Therapy Club, and my first episode is going to go out soon, like tomorrow. And as I was talking to someone about it, I said, the reason why I wanted to do this is because I wanted another way to create content. I love creating content. I don't love always having to put everything on, all the lights, you know. So I want to go back and actually start my audio podcast, not the same one that I had before, but a new one. And so as we were having this conversation, this other group, someone said, "Hey, well, you can also use this website that has this AI generated person, and you can make them be you, and you can talk, but then you can have the." And I was thinking, at first, I thought, "Oh, that could be cool," but then I thought, "No, I just really want it to just be me. And if people like it, they like it, and if they don't, that's okay. If they don't like my voice, okay, I'll go back to continuing to
Next.
do my live stream." But I think we have to see it as something that can enhance the work we do, but it should never substitute or replace you.
Yeah, I love that. And I saw something today. Someone said, I look at AI as, it helps me create the skeleton. So you can absolutely use AI to come up, like I said, with some email ideas, some top performing pieces of content in your niche. But you, the human, needs to create the system, right? The
Yeah.
muscles, the actions that it takes. You can definitely use it to help you create the skeleton, but you've got to, build the muscle.
I like that. I like that thought. What are some other things that people need to know about email? Like, what are some of the tough questions that people ask when they're first starting out? I know a couple. One is, what's the best email platform? And you might have lots and lots of different ones that you would recommend. But I'm curious about, is that a common question that you get? Like, which email platform?
Yeah.
What are some
Listen,
other
y'all.
things? That one plus other things.
Yeah. So as far as the email platform goes, I'm not a tech guy. I just show up and look this good, right? And so just pick the one that makes the most sense for your brain and your budget. And so what you want to do is just go on YouTube, type in some of the ones you've heard, set a timer for 20 minutes, and just make your decision after 20 minutes. Yeah, this makes sense. I did an over the shoulder kind of review. That makes sense for my budget too. I'm going to go with that one. As far
Okay.
as some other questions go, it's just like not even necessarily a question, but something that I'm finding is people just don't understand email the way they understand YouTube or TikTok. We can see how YouTube works. We can
Yeah.
see the algorithm at play. We can see amazing people like Tanya doing their thing, live streaming like a boss. And we can, deduce what strategies and tactics she's using for our own system. With email, unless you're going to join a bunch of email lists, you can't really see, and you don't know how they perform. You're not seeing
Yeah.
their metrics. On YouTube, I can see how many people are live right now. I can see how many comments, right? I can look at, where people are commenting and where they're not. And so it's so much different with email, but this is basically how email works. These are the three things you need. Number one, you need a welcome sequence. When someone first joins your email list, you need 3 or 4 emails to welcome them onto your list, to tell them the same way Tanya, before we hit record, she said, "Hey, Liz, this is the run of the show. First, we're going to do this, then we're going to do this, and we'll end this way," right? She gave me the run of the show. This is basically that. And you share a little bit of your personality, right? We're sharing a lot of Liz Wilcox today. My personality, I like loud colors. I love the 90s, right? That's just surface level stuff though. You don't have to go deep. It's the welcome sequence, right? These people don't know us yet. So share personality and then share the vision you have for people, right? It's very clear from the name of this show. Tanya wants you to stream like a boss, right? She wants you to look fabulous when you live stream. Like that's her big intention. With me, I want you to make money with email. I don't care about your live stream. I don't care about your podcast. I don't care about your TikTok following. All I care is that you make money with email. That's the vision I have. Share that directly in your welcome sequence so people know, yeah, I got on the right bus today, or, oh, I wasn't that serious about email. Get me off. Get me out of here. Like, oh, you know what I mean? And then the last thing you want to share is a little bit of your values. No, this is not spew your politics everywhere, but there are certain values, certain principles that drive the way you do business, that drive which clients you pick. So just share that, in the welcome sequence. For example, I share right in my welcome sequence, hey, my prices are low. My membership is $9, not because, I've got security issues or it's garbage. It's because I came from an education background. I grew up really poor, and I believe everyone has the right to learn these life-changing skills. And so that's something I share directly in my welcome sequence so people can understand why I do things the way that I do them. So again, that's welcome sequence, personality, vision, values. Then from there, just send a weekly newsletter. I know weekly, so cringe. I know you can do it. Start out with once a month if that's all you can do right now, right? You don't turn into Mr. Beast overnight, right? You just start one video at a time, right? One partnership at a time, one email at a time. Remember, I love Tanya's background because I'm all about laying bricks. You just lay one brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid, and one day you're going to have that wall. So you just you just send one newsletter at a time, and one day things will be popping for you. Now, throughout that newsletter, right? So we sent the welcome sequence. We're churning out newsletters once a week ish, Liz. Let's be real, Liz. And then you want to inject sales emails into that rotation. Don't let every newsletter just be, hey, here's the link to my live stream. Hey, here's my podcast recording. Hey, here's what I did this week. Don't let the sales, sit on the shelf. People will never buy from you if they don't know what you have to sell. So you can do this very easily in your newsletters. You can put a PS when you're ready to work together. Here's how I can help you. P.S. Don't forget, I have A, B, and C for sale. Check out the shop. P.S. Want the merch? Get it here, right? That's a really simple way to start injecting sales. And then, depending on your comfortability, you can add sales emails, add launches as you see fit. So, again, welcome sequence leads into a weekly-ish Liz newsletter. And throughout those newsletters, you want to sprinkle in sales.
I am
That's
just,
email, baby.
I'm sitting here like, I should be taking notes, but hey, I've got the recording.
I was going to say, it's being recorded. Don't worry. You got you, babe.
I got the recording. I'm gonna have the the transcript. I'm gonna have all. Look, y'all. If you need show notes, all of that. This is excellent, Liz. And I think the way that you talk about email, you make it sound like it doesn't have to be something that is so cumbersome and that you have to go and get a master's or doctorate degree to do it. And that is what I absolutely love about your style and why I said you're probably the only person that I know that talks about email in a way that keeps me interested and not falling asleep. Shannon said, yes, the human factor. So she's talking about when we were there on the AI topic that is needed. John Lacey, learn live streaming with John Lacey in the house. Talk a lot with my hands on, when I'm recording on microphone, but off camera, I feel that. Um, you know what? I love you for that, John. You know you are my brother. You don't need to be an AI pretend person. All right. Chocolate Quilt said, good evening. If y'all have questions on anything that it was just shared, I know it was so much. It's so much that Kimberly G said, I'm taking notes. Yes, yes, yes. And Shannon also said, I will go back to the replay. Love it. Yes, yes, yes. There's so much goodness in there. So I know that I cannot keep you all night, although I would if I could. Like, I would just keep you here captive on camera, but I won't do that to you. Is there one other piece of advice that you could share with anyone who, let's say, here's my question. If you're not new to email, but you've been doing it and you know you've been doing it wrong and you're kind of like stagnant, what can you do to revive or re-energize your list?
So I've got two things for you. To re-energize the people that are already on your list, remember what I said about personality, vision, values. Maybe if you're watching the replay and you skipped over that, go back about 7 minutes. This is really going to help you. Just reintroduce yourself. Hey friends, I watched this awesome video with Tanya and Liz, and you know what? I'm going to give email another go. Here's what I want you to know about me, and just share a little bit of that personality. Hey, I've got this or that. Hey, here's another little bit of personality. My daughter, who I told to stay in her room.
Hey.
Oh, she wants me to help her unzip her school uniform.
Oh,
Anyway, just take that. That's a great email. If stuff like that happens to you guys, don't be afraid to share it.
that's
So
right.
just share, hey, let me reintroduce myself. My name's Liz. I want you to just know two things. And this is where we're going to share personality and vision. I love the 90s. In case you didn't know, I about the 90s. Number two, I love the idea of you making money with email even more. That's what this newsletter is all about. Stay tuned. bada bing, bada boom. That's going to help people recenter, like, oh, this is the bus we're on. Okay, that sounds good. And then just start sending emails. The
Yeah.
second thing I want to say is, y'all, email is just like water. If your email stinks, like Tanya was just saying, like, we ain't been doing it right. Like, nobody's clicking, nobody replies, and there's definitely no sales. Email is just like water. If your email list is stagnant, just like water, what do we do with stagnant water? We don't throw bleach in it and try to fix it. We get fresh water in there, right?
Yeah.
Only when the water starts flowing again can you see that, the water becomes fresh. And so what I want you to do, of course, reintroduce yourself to your current list, but I want you to really focus on list building. Get new people in there, start sending new emails, and your email list is going to get really, really fresh and flowing the way you want it to go.
Okay, there's a couple of questions in here, so I can't let those
Sure.
pass us
Yeah.
by. I want to get these in here for
Chelsea
you.
already interrupted us, so we are good, y'all. We, like, she's going to be good another 30 minutes.
She's like, I got my 2 seconds of fame.
She,
I'm
you
I'm
know what?
good.
Let's just give her a shout out because she lasted 46 minutes and it's late at night. So
Absolutely.
she's good. She's good.
Tell my girl I'm giving her some love confetti right there. Boom. That's for her if she comes and she watches.
Shout out to Chelsea.
Okay, so Fixed Point is back with a question. How long should my email be to maximize readability?
I love this
I
question.
do
So,
too.
fixed point, this is a question I can get behind. So, I recommend about 400 words. Normally, I throw up my hands and I'm like, I don't like to tell people what to do. But really, what he's saying is perfect. Maximize readability, right? We don't want to go on and on and on and on. We also don't want every email to just be 2 sentences, right? We need a little bit more. So, I'd say about 400 words. Make sure when you send, just look at it from the perspective of, I'm reading this on mobile, to his point about readability. So make sure those chunks of text are only, this big. Then there's some white space. Another thing, my light just turned off. Hang on. You know what? We're going to roll with it.
We gonna roll. Let's
And
go.
so only 2 to 3 sentences per paragraph. Um, but not a lot of just one sentence paragraphs. That also can become very much too familiar, too predictable. And then I just scroll to the bottom to see if there's a link. So make sure
Okay.
it's about 400 words, a little less. When you've really got something to say, 600 words.
Look, so here's a follow up to that. I've seen emails or newsletters with links sending you to read more. Is that wise to do that?
Boo, tomato. That is so 2017. Like, what in the Tina Fey is going on? Like, that's when Tina Fey was really popular, okay? Here's the thing. Speaking to Mr. Point's question about AI and everybody is so boom, 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 boom. We
Yeah.
want it now. We want it faster than ever. If McDonald's takes more than 5 minutes, I'm peeling out of the parking lot, flipping them off.
Yep.
Like, what is the problem? Don't we have robots in there yet? Like, what is the problem?
They're getting them.
Right. And so I really, especially in 2024, the strategy of putting a little bit of your blog post and then read more here. Like, y'all, I can get food delivered to my house. Why do I have to click a link to finish reading this?
Yeah.
Why don't you just get to the point? So in 2024, especially, that strategy is a little old. It's a little stagnant,
It's
we'll
stale.
say. So instead, just give a summation, right? Like, hey, I wrote a new blog post for you. I'd love for you to click on it. You know, it's a 3-minute read, right? Tell them how long it's going to take to read it. Or it's a 10-minute video, but skip to the 7-minute part. That's where Liz's kid comes in and really embarrasses her, right? Like, you gonna be clicking on that, right? Like, skip to the 47-minute mark because that's where Liz turns as pink as her headband, right? So that's that point of entry. Tanya's laughing. You're probably watching laughing. but pull out the best bits of whatever content if it's your blog post, skip to the third paragraph, skip to mistake number 3. That's the one you really got to focus on first, right? It's the same as we see these TikToks of, 5 da da da, wait till number 5. It's like, oh my gosh, right? Like,
Like I'm
just
out
tell me
at
number
3.5. I'm
5.
out. I'm
Right, just
out.
tell me number 5.
I know.
I'm bored. So just do that in your emails.
All right. Good, good, good. Okay. There's 2 more questions I'm going to pop up real
Awesome.
fast. So, learn live streaming with John Lacey. Do you have feelings about plain text email versus formatted emails? I know that's a common question too.
I've got all the feelings. Shout out to plain text and the gang. An occasional image can do really well, especially if you're someone like Tanya, whose images are really pristine. It's very important to you. Definitely you can have a little more formatted, but I call them the internet gods. For laymen like myself who don't understand what Google and all the spiders and stuff are doing. But when you have too much formatting, it actually throws up some red flags to the internet gods. So, especially as you first start emailing, the less text, the less HTML code, and the simpler you're sending, the better. So, an occasional image or even just a header is okay as long as that header is pretty simple. It's been optimized for size, things like that is going to be okay. But I've been doing plain text for 8 years. Today, I put a little picture of myself in there, but I hadn't put a picture in probably 6 weeks. So when and if you want to use a picture, go for it. But just know the simpler, the better for your audience and for your deliverability.
Love it, love it, love it. And then I have one more question I think in here. And you did see that Fixed Point said, thank you for all the help, great content and tons of value. So that's awesome. I'm so glad that you feel that
Awesome.
way. There was another question. If you use a lot of emojis in email, does it send your email to spam?
Okay, so this is another update that's happening with Google and Yahoo. Go back to the beginning if you popped in halfway. We talked about the Google and Yahoo updates and what's going on with deliverability. We talked about, getting a license to send emails. So definitely go back if you haven't watched that. But the answer now, and I hate to say it, is kind of, yeah, this is going to start affecting your deliverability. But, Mr. Point, you don't seem like someone who uses too many emojis. But if you're one of those people, like if you're Gen Z and you just speak in emoji, you got to have some words in there. So now Google and the like are being very vigilant in 2024 about what is spam and what isn't. And so, yes, having things like big giant buttons that say click here, having them 5, 6 times in your emails, putting emojis in the subject line and emojis, in every other paragraph, that actually is going to signal, I would say, a yellow flag, not full on red flag, but they are going to look at that more closely because before this, everybody's been out on the road and it's causing lots of accidents, so to speak, right? And so I wouldn't shy away from emojis. I used an emoji today in my email. I just wrote 2 more with emojis in the subject line, but I would think twice about using them excessively. One here, one there is good. If you're a person that normally uses emojis as bullet points, like check, check, check,
Mm-hmm.
smile,
Mm-hmm.
smile, smile, I would avoid that this year.
Yeah. I'm
Great
gonna have to
question.
take that is an excellent question. And John Lacey said, if you've ever heard of a screen reader reads huge paragraphs of emoji, it's a bit of an accessibility problem. So use those with restraint. So for a number of different reasons, including what you just heard Liz say. And Fixed Point said, thank you. Fixed Point, you're going to get the very last question because I got to let my girl go so she can do her family thing. So here's that last question. What is the best way to get people on your email list? I know this could be like a really long answer, but I'm going to let you work your magic however you see fit, Liz. He says he's offering a
Yeah.
free course right now on his niche, print on
I
demand.
I love that. Congratulations on your course and for wanting to grow your email list. I'm so excited. I'm going to have to look all y'all up because I feel like I'm making friends over here. Yes, hype. You know what's funny is sometimes I make a joke. They call me the white hype. I just love to hype people up.
Well, I just gave you the hype. So
So I
there you
love
go.
that.
We just
So
need
what's
theme
the
music with
bet?
it.
And this was actually our first question that we ignored, I think, from Roy. What's the best way to get people on your email list? He said,
He did
make
say.
people join your
He
list. That
did
was a
say.
little aggressive, but I can be aggressive sometimes too. So really what I want you to know about growing your email list, because you can Google a million and one strategies. So I'm not going to spend, time on that, is list building and visibility go hand in hand. It's like Tia and Tamara, Mary Kate and Ashley in the 90s. I know they're separate people. I know they're not the same, but I can't really tell them apart. The more, you know, it makes sense, right?
It
So
does.
I'm just having fun.
Ah,
Um, so, the more visible you can become in your business, the more your list is going to grow, right? From this presentation, it feels like a presentation. This is a master class, y'all. From this video, I hope you join my email list. Tanya, she's getting a podcast. Maybe she'll start promoting that. Hopefully she'll say, hey, join my email list over here. The more visible she can get that podcast, the more her list is going to grow.
that's
Of
right.
course, there are strategies you can put into place. Make sure you have that, uh, you know, course on your website. You can go to lizwilcox.com. You can see how mine is structured for leads, things like that. Make sure, see free email swipes and that Prove It Liz, both of those will prompt you to join my email list. And so make sure your website is set up, make sure in your podcast or your live stream, beginning, middle, end. You guys are always worried about sponsors. Make your freebie the sponsor, right? Things like that are really going to help you. But in general, just the more visible you can become online, the more visibility strategies you employ, the more your list is going to grow.
I love it, Liz. And I love your site. I love the style, but I love how simple you keep this thing and you're making it easy for people to really just dive in. And not only are you talking about it, but you're showcasing it on your website, which I love. So just
Thank you.
everything about this, y'all. I mean, really take a look. Definitely get connected. Go to lizwilcox.com. Check out all the information. Make sure you also join her on the face. It is a great landing page. I see that note from John. Make sure that you join her on the email sound booth because this is her free group. It's a free Facebook group, right?
Yeah, it's free. And especially if you're struggling with the email authentication stuff, you definitely want to join because I've got lots of service providers in there and lots of resources for you to get it done.
Absolutely. I want everybody to just show Liz some love because this really has been excellent. It has been a true masterclass in email. So thank you for spending the time. Once again, happy 3 years for your marketing membership. I'm giving you hype again. But look, I'm seeing a couple of things here. So Chocolate Quilt said, wow, thanks so much, Ms. Liz
You're so
Wilcox.
welcome. I gotta check them out. That is a really dope name.
I know. Isn't that cool? Thanks so much, Liz.
Mm-hmm.
You've explained email is so easy to understand, and I appreciate your time. We appreciate yours
Thank
too,
you,
Shannon.
Shannon.
Thank you for being here. John Lacey gave you a compliment, of course, on the landing page. I know. I know. Let's see. In the email sound booth, I can see Dr. Elo is in there from the icons. You saw him.
Yes, we've got some really awesome people in there. I saw Jim was joining us earlier. He's in the sound booth as well. He's in my membership too.
Love
Uh,
it.
yeah, it's super fun.
Love it, love it, love it. You drop those nuggets every week about email. And so people definitely need to get connected. So once again, I'm going to pop this up. the email sound booth on Facebook. And then also, this is going to be lizwilcox.com. So make sure you join on either or both, y'all. Get connected. It's
I'd
affordable,
love to help you with emails,
high
seriously. Yeah,
value
and I'm
stuff.
affordable. I'm not afraid to say it. I like, why not be the Walmart of email? I love helping everybody. Walmart helps families, and so does Liz Wilcox. You heard it here, folks. Thank you so much for having me. Good night.
Thank you, girl. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm taking us out, y'all. Let me go ahead and make sure that I lead you on out. If you haven't liked this video, now is a good time to do that. Make sure that you share it with a friend. Let them know to come back every week. As a matter of fact, next week on the show, we're going to have my guy, James Hicks, the tech guy. If you haven't seen James Hicks, just trust me. Trust me. I'm going to share more about what he's going to be talking about, but we're just going to go all in on some tech stuff. And he always just drops knowledge. Like you're sitting there going, wow. Like my mouth will probably be open half the time, just like it was with Liz tonight. So come back next Thursday so you can join us with Jim or James, rather. The other thing I'll mention to you is that App Therapy Club is going to be coming on. We're going to be starting at February 5th. So I will be sharing more information on that in my email list. Just go to streamlikeaboss.tv and you'll see information on how to join any of my communities. If you learned something tonight, I want you to type in hashtag LearnSomethingNew because that is what we're all about here with the Stream Like a Boss TV show. I want to share with you what is possible. Yeah, there's lots of possibilities with video, but also email, also just software, anything that you can get into right now. AI, there are opportunities, and we need to be on top of that so that we know how to expand our brand and to grow and to serve more people. That's what it's all about. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you back here. Yeah, I know. I see all these comments. I love it. So we'll definitely be coming back and responding to you over the next couple of days. For those of you who are watching as a replay, type in hashtag replay. Otherwise, we will see you on next week. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of the show, y'all. Take care. See you in the stream. And I see the Learn Something New. So, woo woo. Take care, y'all.